Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is day number 6 of this year's U.S. Open 9-ball championships. Our feature matchup in the chalk-off arena. This is winner's bracket action. Our first gentleman is sponsored by Lucasi Hybrid Cues. He's a former winner of the WPA World 9-ball Championship, a member of Europe's Mosconi Cup team known as the Hitman. Please welcome from Fulda, Germany, now residing in Jacksonville, Florida, Mr. THORSTEN HOHMANN. THORSTEN HOHMANN. Thank you. And his opponent is currently marketing a new product called Extreme Focus. He has won back-to-back titles on the PBT Tour, including the U.S. Open 9-ball championships from Houston, Texas, known as the Rocket. Give it up for Mr. Rodney Morris. Gentlemen, you may lag for the first break.
The race to 11, winner's side matchup, a high-powered affair this one. Hohmann nearest your camera, Rodney Morris furthest away, the men in black. And Scott Smith will let you know who wins the leg.
Mr. Hohmann wins the leg. I'm going to send it to Jimmy Wych and Danny DiLiberto in the booth.
So the race to 11, as I said, Hohmann to initiate the break. And this table has been very unsympathetic to the person with the break.
I like the word fickle.
Yeah, Thorsten just waiting for Rodney to rack the balls. An earlier match, there aren't nearly as many people in the audience as would be if this match was played a little later. But it's just early afternoon here in Chesapeake. From the chalk-off arena, it looks like Rodney's going to rack the balls. These two get along very well. Mind you, who doesn't get along with Rodney?
He's too big not to get along with.
He's too big, but he is genuinely one of the real nice guys on tour.
They're all nice guys, Jim.
Until you lose to him, eh, Danny?
Well, no, I'm sympathetic to him. It's a tough racket to make a living off this game, pool, so I'm a little bit partial to pool players.
Thorsten's going to just have a quick check. And it looks pretty good. And the man that Danny DiLiberto says is the best straight pool player he's ever seen settles in the U.S. Open 9-ball championships. Rack number 1. The cut break, and he had that 9 track into the corner pocket.
Well, this might be a quick game if someone makes the 1, 2, 3. But that's a tall order.
One does pass to the bottom left.
Yeah. He's going to look at it a while and then shoot it, and then he might even shoot the 2-9. If he pops this in, hits the side rail, and comes out about where the 1 is right now, he does have a pretty good combination, doesn't he?
Yeah, it could be all or nothing. He might be going for it right here. 1-9. There's just room.
He did. He didn't make it, but it's there.
Well, but look at the cue ball.
Yeah.
Pretty good control of that white from there, but Thorsten may have to go back for the short cue if he jumps, and this is worth it if he can get at that 1. He's looking at it, so he's going to be jumping this. He'll go back and get the short cue out of his case.
Wow, Jimmy, you got a crystal ball.
All these top players. I mean, this is just a weapon in their armory that they have to have.
Yeah. Well, this tournament you can use any kind of jump cue you want, but there's some tournaments where you can only jump with the cue you're playing with. Oh boy! Well, I'll tell you what, he better hit something. Whether he makes it or not, he better hit something.
Well, he got the 9 out of there.
Yeah.
Hasn't left a shot at the 1, but he's certainly left an aggressive option for Morris here. Be able to lock him up. 3 other A-side matchups around the arena. I can see Johnny Archer. Well, he's locking horns with the WPA World 9-ball champion, the reigning world champion from the UK, Daryl Peach. And I see on the far end, Jose Perica up against another former WPA 9-ball champion from Finland, Mika Immonen, and then nearest us, an all-Asian matchup from the Philippines, Bustamante versus Elcano. Just world champions abound here at the Conference Center in Chesapeake, and you're looking at one right now.
Yeah, we're down to the cream of the crop. There's nobody going to have an easy match from here on. This is the 6th day, 2008 U.S. Open, and all that's left are killers. Well, he might have left a window here. I don't know. He's looking. He might at least be able to hit it. He's looking. If not, he sure has an easy kick and a save possible. Okay. He's looking and looking. Now, he has this option to hit here, and this ball will go over here, and the cue ball maybe over there. But he can hit it, then he don't have to do that. He might even be able to make it. It looks close. He's studying it. But if it's doubtful, he does have the good kick safe. Well, he's going to hit the ball.
Oh, he was wide open, right through the space. Rodney Morris will want to kick himself for leaving that one on. He should have really put the handcuffs on Hohmann there.
What do you like?
Take home.
Bet. Yeah, he did leave it, didn't he? One of the rare jump ups, you know, Thorsten jumped up. He made the one, but then he kind of jumped up on the stroke with the 2 and missed it. And Rodney gets up. But I know he's going to make the 2.
Cushion first and nicely onto the 3. He's got the 4 at the other side of the table, Danny. This is just what Morris would have wanted. And again, early nerves, I think, playing a role here.
Well,
why not? There's only 8 players left on the A side.
He's got obstructions. He's going to have to go wide of the 8, I believe. I don't think he can go between the 8 and the 4. He's got obstructions. He's going to go towards the 9 or undershoot it. Good shot. Good shot. Yeah, he rolled it in and got perfect.
And I'll try and keep you all updated as best as my eyes can see the outside matches and the scores. And I see Parika just took that rack from Mika Immonen.
Yep, Parika could be the dark horse of this tournament.
And that makes it 1-1 with he and Mika. Francisco Bustamante has just gone 2-1 ahead of Ronnie Alcano. And the Scorpion is at the table. And it looks like it's already 2-0 to either he or Daryl Peach. I don't know who's on the bottom of that, but as soon as I see one of them slide a beat over, I'll know. Order a pair of binoculars up here. That'd be perfect, wouldn't it, Danny?
Yeah, for the first race. I'd like to see it for the first race. Binoculars.
And the 9 goes down. Morris is hoping to see a few more of those. 1-0. He leads Thorsten Hohmann the race to 11.
I have a good friend here, Don Polo. He's sitting in the back row, and he has binoculars. I'm going to let you see and call the faraway ones, Jim. But it's interesting because we have all good matches. Julian, one of our staff, has brought us binoculars. It looks like we could see the moon with these. Oh boy. I say oh boy because if he breaks like that, Hohmann's in trouble. He made a few balls there, Jim.
Rack number 2. And Rodney, this is his 3rd match on the main table here. We are down to the last 8 in the winner's bracket. But Rodney, if you'll remember, started us off day 1. He was 10-4 down to Danny Harriman, won the last 7 in a row, and squeaked out an 11-10 win. And that one we just felt was going to put him in good stead in this tournament. And then he followed that up a couple matches later with a convincing 11-4 win over Earl Strickland. So Morris starting to find his groove and just at the right moment.
Yeah, he's in dead stroke, this guy. He's going to be very tough to beat. And like we say, he just looks so loose. It all looks so casual.
Well, I can update you on the Darrell Peach-Johnny Archer match. Archer did, in fact, win that second rack. It's a 1-1 score over there to former world champ. Well, actually, the reigning world champion in Peach and a former world champion in Archer.
Well, anyway, I'd like to say, you know, we're not going to have a repeat champion this year. Shane Van Boening has been eliminated last night.
Yeah, Larry Neville, he was 9-5 up very late. He ended up winning 11-9 that match after Shane had just dropped an 11-9 bout, or sorry, an 11-10 bout
11-10.
to Jose Perica on the main table here. He had a chance to win that match against Perica 11-9, missed a long 8. But Rodney Morris right now doing a number on Thorsten Hohmann. He's taken the first 2 racks. He leads 2-0 over the Hitman.
Yeah, Rodney Morris, living in Houston, Texas, originally from Hawaii. Playing real well.
Just getting the balls together. Thorsten, he doesn't want to have to be racking too much. He'd just as soon have Rodney up there racking for him. Players are starting to fall. We're day 6 of the 33rd U.S. Open 9-ball championship. 13 players remain, and the reason that there's 13 is there's still a loser's bracket match going on. 10-8, Donnie Mills and Tyler Eady. Mills just in front, he's on the hill against Canada's Tyler Eady. Eady trying to stay alive, Mills trying to move forward and await.
Morris can't make up his mind if the rack is good. He hesitated a couple times, so I don't think he thinks it's perfect, but...
Rack number 3, the Rocket still with that cut break. Though, unless that 8 goes in, and it doesn't. Nothing finding a pocket on that break. Certainly doesn't look like he's left anything easy for home, and even if Thorsten can see this one, how do you get back for the 2? It's at the opposite end of the table.
Yeah, he would have to go forward 3 rails. That would really require a powerful stroke. First, can he make the 1? If he can make the 1, here's his possibilities. Shoot the 1 in the pocket, of course, and go 1, 2, 3, maybe to here. That's going to require some real powerful stroke.
Not to mention a real pure hit.
Coming backwards, there's too many balls in the way. Well, he can't make it, really, because he looks like he's sort of hopping the ball. Self-defense shot here. Oh, my God, what a shot that was. Oh, I think he might have a chance at this.
Well, he was willing that cue ball back towards the bottom end of the table. I don't know whether it's got there, but he could certainly try and flick this off cushion, couldn't he? Just snick the cushion first with a lot of left-hand spin as he looks.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he has that. What a shot he made. Yeah, I think he can make this rail first, and he can go right to the 4 ball. That's what he did. Did he go too far? Yes.
He's got the 3, Danny, the red 3 in the bottom left. So he's actually perfect.
He is perfect. I had him going to the 4. I did not see the 3.
cues as nice as anybody. You know, one of the German stalwarts, along with Ralph Souquet, Oliver Ortmann, Thomas Engert. They all play the same, very regimental in their approach. Diligent practicers, and Hohmann is kind of a fitness fanatic too. He stays in shape, which when you play pool, especially at the U.S. Open, 238 players, it can turn into an endurance test.
Yeah, you got to be in condition. The final day, you might have to play 3 matches. You better be in shape for that. And I know that if you're physically in shape, your mind is in shape, and your nerves are in shape.
Perfect angle on the 7. Important rack for Thorsten. This match would have been very tough to call. And both waste little time when they're amongst the balls. Very committed.
He doesn't take much time.
And the 9 goes down. Hohmann takes his first rack. 2-1, still the lead to Rodney Morris.
Donnie Mills over Tyler Eady on table number 4. How about a nice hand for Tyler Eady, 13th through 16th. Good job, Tyler.
You just heard the announcement. Donnie Mills
Donnie will be back in 3.
over Tyler Eady. And that was an 11-8 score. So Mills will move on, and he will play the loser of this particular match we're watching right now. So he may come and do a little bit of advanced scouting. Thorsten Hohmann settles into the break. Rack number 4, 2-1 Morris's lead, and the 7's in the top corner, and he's got a shot at the 1. Good break from Thorsten.
Of course, what Jimmy White said was very, very intelligent. You're going to play on this table next. At least try to study the break. See what to do on the break, because this table has had everybody a little befuddled with the break. They make 3 and then they don't make any for 4 racks. So anyone going to play on this next should study, like you said.
You saw Thorsten play in a straight pool tournament not too long ago at Pat Fleming's venue.
A month ago, Pat, Pat's got an arena that he doesn't need to go to tournaments to get good matches. He just has to invite top players, and you could film all of them. And it was a double round robin, 5 players. Thorsten Hohmann wound up 8-0. Perica wound up 4-4, running second. But Hohmann was awesome, awesome. Myself and Pat Fleming. It was straight pool, double round robin, and I say we, Pat and I think this guy might be the best straight pool player ever.
High praise.
Yeah.
Quick update, Mika Immonen 2-1 ahead of Jose Perica, and Francisco Bustamante trailing Ronnie Alcino 3-2, but Bustamante in the balls right now with a chance to level that one. And Archer is at the table in the background against Darrell Peach with a 2-1 lead and a big chance to go 3-1 ahead. And Thorsten Hohmann here with a big chance to get back to 2-2. Very solid fundamentally, just mechanical almost. And I'll tell you, when he's playing good too, it's noticeable. Those balls don't touch the cushions. 9 down, 2-2 confirmed. Thorsten Hohmann, Rodney Morris, the first 4 racks split.
Well, in the straight pool tournament, Hohmann would clean the cue ball sometimes 3 times in a rack. But now I notice he rubbed it. Did you see him rub the cue ball against the rail? No, I guess that's the equivalent of cleaning it, right?
Well, Danny, I'm going to tell you, too, I found out about Earmark. Last night we were doing a match, and we were looking for the origination. First day with the new lips. We were looking for the origin of some
Earmark.
phrases, and Earmark was one of them. So I'm going to let this rack get underway, and then I'm going to tell you, we got an email from a Rob S. from St. Louis, and told us who,
Well, that's great.
where Earmark had come from.
That's great. See, we mentioned that the match had all the earmarks of a hill game, but we'll talk about it.
Rack number 5, 2-2. The Hitman from Fulda, Germany, now living in Florida, settles in. Rack number 5, as I said, and he's still got the measure of the break. This is a good sign for Hohmann. And what's worse is he's finished perfect on the 2. Well, worse for Rodney Morris.
Yeah.
So Earmark.
Yeah, let's hear it.
In the late 1500s, farmers used to mark their animals, their farm animals. Just mark them in the ear, form of identification. And then that terminology evolved to the early 20th century, where it almost became a phrase that we see today, where how it's used in that terminology. So, I mean, it's kind of evolved over the years, over the centuries, to how we use it today. But originally, farmers marking their agriculture for form of identification.
Well, you remember what I said yesterday? Dog racing, greyhound racing. They mark the ears with a number so that you can't sneak in a ringer, you know. But anyway, we still got to work on the hill. What does it mean when a guy is on the hill? How did that happen?
Well, keep those emails coming, folks. Thorsten Hohmann, 7 to the 9, and this will be his 3rd rack on the spin.
And Morris can only sit there and watch and rack.
Another good rack, and just the way Hohmann would have wanted. 3-2 now, Thorsten's lead. He's got the break in rack number 6.
Notice he's doing that with the cue ball every rack. I think that's cleaning the cue ball. Great player, and he's not a very old guy. How old is Thorsten?
Thorsten's getting up around 30 now, late 20s.
Yeah.
But he is a pool player, full occupational pool player, this man. Rack number 6, cut break, 1 into the side. And he's got a nice shot at the 2.
Boy.
Boy, has he got the measure. This is as good as we've seen anybody break and string them together on this match table. Thorsten was a beaten finalist here back in 2004. Gabe Owen, and when I say beaten, I mean beaten. 11-3. Gabe Owen beat Thorsten in the finals. So Thorsten knows what it's like getting to the business end of this event. But he's had a pretty smooth passage through to the last 8 in the winners' brackets. And the best player he's played from Finland, Petri Mäkinen. And he wasn't tested too much there, a comfortable win. Rodney Morris, in stark contrast, well, as I said, he had to beat Danny Harriman 11-10, and coming from 10-4 behind. And he had a big win over Earl Strickland, so a little tougher path through to this match, I think, for Morris.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's up against the killer here. I mean, Holman's acting like he's playing straight pool here. He doesn't take long to get the balls off the table. Well, I got him.
Commentator's curse.
Yep. All you got to do is brag about a player, and he'll miss the next shot.
Well, Rodney's going to have to play this cushion first, and in spinning it off the cushion, he's going to hit right about here. that cue ball is going to be coming around the back. Ideally, he would like it to come around the back, and he'd like to get into this area for the 4. This is a tall order.
Tough speed when you hit a rail first.
He had to avoid contacting the colors. That was going to be the danger. And he's left himself what looks like a full ball snooker on the 4. And it is.
He had no choice. That's how he had to play it, but
That's
he had to miss the
Just
ball.
caught it a bit too thin. Needed a little thicker contact.
2-rail kick. Did he get a rail? Yes. Yes. And he tied up balls. He didn't leave a shot, and he tied up the 5 and 9.
A chance for Thorsten to try and get that cue ball behind the 6. Just roll this, and with that 5 there, a little bit of a security blanket for both of these players on this 4.
Yeah, he's got to bank it perpendicular right to that center diamond near his ear and try to go behind the 6. But the main thing here is the speed of the 4. If you snooker the guy, I always say it's a bonus, but get that ball on this end rail where at least he has no shot. That's exactly what he did. He didn't get it to the end rail, but he got the cue ball pretty safe.
Yeah, just having a look around the arena. Mika Immonen 3-1 ahead of Parika, and he came over to just check how this match was going.
Don't open those.
Mika and THORSTEN HOHMANN, good pals.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Mika is a very good friend with both of these guys. Rodney Morris as well, so he probably doesn't care who wins. Francisco Bustamante, I said it looked like going 3-3. Well, he missed late in that rack, so it's 4-2, the lead to Ronnie Alcano.
They're playing pretty fast also.
And still 2-1 in favor of Johnny Archer over Daryl Peach. And Peach has got the 7-8-9 on the table, so it looks like going 2-2 that match. Boy, these binoculars are handy. Where have these been all week?
Well, Julian had binoculars out the other night and asked me if I wanted to use them. And I said no, because I knew I had you.
This is the big shot now.
Oh,
Got to try and get under cover. He's showing you if you could get that cue ball over behind the 7. I don't know whether you could hit this with enough right-hand spin and just flick that 5, do you think, Danny?
Yeah, but I hate to tell you this, that if this were one pocket, the 5 goes in the pocket where he is right now, banking it into the rail off the 9. But it's not one pocket, so he's going to try to play it safe. He spun it to get behind the 7, and he did it pretty well.
What a perfect shot.
Great shot.
That was the only shot I could see him playing. He was holding his cue there, but still to execute, he had a very little margin for error, and that was a great shot.
Yeah.
Again, signs that Thorsten HOHMANN is
See, people out
feeling
there,
pretty good.
I'm sorry, Jimmy. People out there would just consider playing it safe off that shot, but he went one further and put it behind the 7. No rail. He didn't hit a rail.
Yeah, Rodney acknowledges it.
No.
So Thorsten got up quick just to check, too. And again, both these guys, real gentlemen in the game. You would never expect any form of controversy, not with these two. Both very easygoing. Having said that, they're both very competitive. But Thorsten, you can see he's placed a cue ball there. He may just be able to see enough of this 5 to be able to make it.
He might. He might.
He's got to be able to. Otherwise, he'd be laying the cue ball behind the 9 and playing the 5 up towards the 6.
Yeah.
And that's what he's looking at right now.
Yeah. Is he for sure to get in there? If he is, he'd just have to take the cut on the 6.
You're going to try and draw this?
He's not sure of anything yet.
No.
Yeah, he don't like it.
Well, the 5 may even go to this pocket. He certainly has the option of the snooker.
Think so? I think he's just going to freeze him on the 9, which he did. But whenever you do this with a good player, don't put that object ball near a pocket or they'll break your heart. He doesn't have a great kick, but you don't want to put this object ball near a pocket. There he is. That's Thorsten. Very good athletic pool player.
He was in the German army, and he was actually being paid to practice pool at
Well-
that point in his career. This isn't bad.
No, it's better than not bad. Everybody applauded. I think he got a little lucky there, but you got to play well enough to have a chance to get lucky. That's the case here.
I always like the saying that chance favors the prepared man.
Yeah.
Now, possible bank? Would he look at the bank here?
Yeah,
at the
he
bottom
is
left?
looking, but I don't know.
Draw
You
the
know,
cue ball?
If he makes it, he's going to have a shot, but he doesn't make it.
He
He's
missed it
from-
by a long ways.
He's from Western Kentucky, Hawaii. No, he's from Germany. That's west.
That's west of west.
West of west.
I mean, you keep going west.
Yeah.
But he got pretty lucky again. Rodney's going to try and get that cue ball behind the 6.
He's going to do it too.
Yeah, he'd like to have got that past the side pocket because there may be a jump shot available here for Hohmann.
Yeah, I don't know. Tough shot. Tough shot. That 8 is in the way.
I mean, he has to go for the jump shot. If he tries to hit it off the long cushion, then almost a chance of... he's asked Rodney to come up and just keep an eye on it. Again, you know, a real element of trust between these two. He's going to accept Rodney's call. I like that.
Well, it's not only Rodney's call. There's a whole bunch of people watching here. You know, one of them might see the right hit. Well, what's he going to do? I think the 8's in the way a little bit. That's the first guy in the whole tournament that never went over the ball. Remember yesterday I said everybody has gone over the ball? That sounded like a miscue.
Oh, that was definitely a miscue. But Rodney jokingly said, good hit. Got a little bit of a smile from
Yeah.
everybody here.
Yeah, you can make
Except Thorsten.
Yeah. You can make jokes when you got 5 balls just sitting there.
And this is going to get the score back to 3-3.
Yep. Neither one of them take much time once they see the layout.
Rodney Morris, of course, the 1996 U.S. Open champion, but he is looking good here in 2008. And the 9 goes down. 6 racks in the books here in Chesapeake. Deadlocked on the main table. So let's get some updates and some scores. I see Johnny Archer at the table with Daryl Peach. That match is 2-2, but Archer looking very strong to go 3-2 in front. And Ronnie Elcano, the table nearest us, 5-2. He leads Francisco Bustamante. And the break here, rack number 7, Morris getting a ball off the break, but that cue ball finding gravity in the corner. And that brings Hohmann out of his chair. And with a gilt-edged opportunity to reestablish the lead.
You know, in the match with Ron Elcano and Bustamante, in the middle of the match, girl came with the chalk-off cleaner and is cleaning the table. Someone must have requested it, right? That's unusual in the middle of the match to clean the table.
Very. Mika Immonen looks like going 4-1 in front of Jose Perica. The European players are so strong right now in terms of pool around the world. They own virtually all the world titles, the world 10-ball champion, reigning world 10-ball champion, Darren Appleton, world 9-ball champion, Daryl Peach, world 8-ball champion, Ralph Souquet. The first 2 were from the UK, Souquet, of course, from Germany. The straight pool champion, Niels Fayen from Holland. The only world title that is not on European soil is owned by one of the men at this table here. Shane Van Boning and Rodney Morris, the World Cup of Pool. That's a team championship, two-man team championship, and they just won that recently in Holland. Defeated the Philippines in the final. An indication again that Morris is in very good form coming to this year's U.S. Open. There's nothing you can do against an onslaught like that, though, from Hohmann. Once again, Thorsten Hohmann, one rack in front with the break in number 8.
Well, he got those off fast as Lou Butera. Does Hohmann have a nickname?
The Hitman.
The Hitman. That was a boxer's nickname, Tommy
Hearns, yeah.
The Hitman from Detroit.
Yeah, I used to watch him. Him and Hagler, that was some good
fight.
Good bouts.
Yeah, good fight. They actually fought once.
Once, that's all?
That's all.
Who else? He fought Sugar Ray Leonard, didn't he? Hearns.
Yeah. Hagler and Hearns fought once, and that's how Hearns wanted it. Hagler knocked him unconscious. The Hitman, that's how we got into that, the Hitman.
Just getting the rack settled here. The Delta 13 rack. First year for it at the U.S. Open. Thorsten Hohmann happy with the rack. Morris back to his chair. It's a 4-3 lead to the man originally from Fulda, Germany. Former WPA 9-ball champion of the world. Breaks in rack number 8.
Oh boy, he almost scratched. The 9 is going near the pocket. But I think he has a shot at this, doesn't he? There's the 1 past the 2 in the side.
It looks like it certainly goes into the corner, but side pocket, very narrow. He's had a look at it. It may just go, Danny, but it doesn't look like he's got a full pocket.
It's just a little bit easier shot than shooting it in the corner, so he would really like it to go in the side, but we'll see. He's looking again. See, this is how important it is to rather shoot it in the side. But a much easier shot. Naturally, it's closer. That's one big reason. He's shooting it in the side. At least he thinks he is. No problem.
What a
it
shot.
Went right through.
What a shot from Hohmann there.
And position.
Perfect.
He's a great player.
Back to the 2, and I mean that now.
Yeah.
Is completely open. One good shot. And should lay the foundation for another rack win for Thorsten. He's never been 2 in front. This is a great opportunity. Mika Immonen keeps rolling on as we see actually Jay Helfert racking the balls now on table number 1. 5-1. Immonen's lead over Jose Perica.
Well, I feel sorry for the present day players because they're going to have to look at Hohmann for many, many, many years.
3-2 Johnny Archer over Daryl Peach. Bustamante, as I said, he was 5-2 in arrears to Ronnie Alcano, but he's at the table looking to pull one back. He's played very well here this week too, Bustamante.
Well, he's a great player. He hardly ever plays bad.
Spinning that cue ball nicely back onto the 8. Hohmann looking like the player that defeated Alex Pagulayan back in Wales for the world title a few years ago. Gets the 9, and now 4-2 in front of the Rocket. Make that 5-3 in front of the Rocket. Score correction, and he's got the break in rack number 9.
Well, I'll tell you, I've been watching Hohmann now a few years, and I don't think he's ever played better. I like when they win titles in different games of pool. That's really
It's the mark of the player, isn't it?
It is. I like to see all the games endure. Bank pool, 1 packet, straight pool, 9-ball, 8-ball. I like to see them all.
The 33rd U.S. Open 9-ball championship from the Chalk-Off Arena here at the Conference Center in Chesapeake. 5-3, Thorsten Hohmann leading Rodney Morris. The break in number 9. And once again, Hohmann looking very strong and in complete control with that break.
He made 2 of them.
But again, he's using that cut break, but he's got the right speed, Danny. He's getting that wing ball.
The cue ball's not fouling in some pocket somewhere. You got to control the cue ball. He's doing all that. Yep. Morris can't do anything but wait for him to miss. I don't know if he's going to miss. I think the only thing that'll stop him is a bad roll. I don't think he's going to miss anything he looks at. But anyway, to get all these games we were talking about, the top players playing all the games, you call 1-800-828-0397, and Pat Fleming will give you a catalog, and it has everything. 3 cushion, trick shots, spectacular shots. Very interesting. Give Pat a call.
I said that it looked like Bustamante was going to pull one back with Alcano. He missed the 8. And Alcano now 6-2 in front, and at the table looking to go 7-2 in front. All Philippine matchup, and Mika Immonen keeps up with his strong play. Now 6-1 in front of Jose Perica.
Okay, the 8 goes in the far left-hand corner, and he got a perfect angle, I believe, to just draw the ball and go directly to the 8. He don't even have to hit rails. He hit one, but that was the direction. Yeah, he controlled the cue ball.
Boy, Hohmann is looking very strong.
Well, this is how he looked in our straight pool tournament.
Rodney Morris took the first 2 racks of this match to lead 2-0. Since then, 6-1 is the score, and that's why Hohmann enjoys a 6-3 lead.
Well, you can't count Morris out, as we saw. He was losing 10-4, won the match. So I'm sure Hohmann has that in his head. You can't get laxed with this guy. But he needs to get to the table. Can't win in the chair.
Rack number 10. Thorsten just over halfway to the finish line. It's a race to 11. 6-3, he leads Morris.
Well,
that's the way the balls run. Thorsten misses a ball off the break and leaves Rodney Morris nothing. And every time he's broken and gotten a ball, he's had a clear look at the 1.
yeah. I never had the temperament to take that. The guy's killing you, making a ball, making 2 balls, running out, 2 balls, running out. Now he finally doesn't make a ball, and you got a kick or a push or something. It's almost not fair. What's he going to do?
He's jumping the 6.
Okay. Oh, he banked it.
Yeah, and he may be snookered on the 2, but he's still holding that short cue, left-handed. I don't know how you're going to reach this one, Rodney.
You're right. I don't know if he plays right-handed.
Oh, look at this. Yeah, this is not what he's going to be trying here. That's what you do in an exhibition.
Yeah.
Ronnie Alcano keeps motoring on. 7-2 now.
Oh, look
ahead
at
of
this.
Bustialis.
He thought he could make it, and he hit the 6.
Yeah, Rodney Morris has come unglued in this
oh,
one.
Boy. Oh,
I think the consistent hard play from Thorsten Hohmann taking its toll on Morris.
Yeah, that was a weak attempt there.
And something very uncharacteristic, too.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
7-1, Mika Immonen over Parika. That's confirmed. And 3-3, Johnny Archer, Daryl Peach. That match warranted serious consideration for the main table here.
Yeah, well, any of them could have been on the main table, but we haven't had Hohmann on it yet, so that's why we decided to put him there. But anyway, Mika has been not just winning, he's been killing. I don't think he has a close match yet.
We saw Mika on the main table here a couple days ago. And again, just like Thorsten Hohmann, he's looking very strong. He had an 11-6 win over Nick Varner. Nick was looking like he was turning back the clock.
I don't like to hear that a guy in his 50s yet is over the hill. I don't like to hear that.
Spoken by a man in his 70s.
Yeah. If they're over the hill, what in the world am I?
You're heading up the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this isn't going to be too painful for very long for Morris, the way that Hohmann's playing.
Yeah,
The bleeding will stop. But very purposeful around the table. And again, he's playing at a speed that it just exudes confidence.
I'm telling you, this is how he played straight pool, man. He'd be losing 56-0 and just get up and run, you know, a zillion.
4 in a row. The storyline continues here. Thorsten Hohmann now 7-3 ahead of the Rocket.
Just when I say I think someone is playing best, we get another one who's playing best.
And Ronnie Alcano 9-2 ahead of Francisco Bustamante. So Alcano and Mika Immonen really stamping their authority on their respective matches. As I said, Immonen 8-1 ahead of Parika. And look at the rating here, 9-15 for Hohmann. Decided edge over Morris. Rack number 11. Ball down, and he's got a shot at the 2.
And
this has to be tough for Morris to watch. As we noted it in the last rack when he didn't get a ball.
Nothing.
All Morris could do was jump.
Now he not only made a ball, he's got a perfect angle to go from the 2 to the 3. That's the chance part of the break that I always couldn't stand, you know, and everybody talks about a guy really could break them. You got to get lucky. You got to make a ball and see the lowest ball on the table to have any chance to run wrecks. And that, to me, is total chance.
You know, though, Danny, he's got one problem area, and I think he's looking at it now, the 7 at the top end of the table. From the 6 to the 7 doesn't go by the 8 into that top right corner. So he's going to need an angle to drop nicely onto that 7 to the top left.
I got a feeling he'll do it.
I wouldn't bet against it.
Well, that's why I'm partial to straight pool players. I feel like playing a lot of straight pool, you get a great cue ball control that just playing 9-ball doesn't give you. So in this case, he's going to need a great cue ball control to fall on the 7, but I'm partial to straight pool players. Right now he's trying to figure out what angle he needs on the 6 to have a chance to get to the 7. The way he's playing, I got a feeling he's going to figure it out.
This is the key shot. He's showing you where he'd like to bring that cue ball, so he's going to be drawn back off the 5, but he's got to leave himself an angle on this 6. And as I said, that 7 does not pass the 8 into the corner.
I think he's really going to have to draw this ball a lot to get the right angle, and that's what he did. Well, he got the dreaded almost straight angle. I don't see him getting to the 7 from this angle. The 9 is in the path. He can't go one rail. Drawing it is not going the right path for the 7, so he might have to be content to get position for a good safe off that 7. Because I really don't see him getting to the ball. Now, what's he looking at over there?
He's either got to be looking at a billiard from the 7 to the 8. I mean, the combination, you can't see that.
No. And the billiard, the 8 is just in the wrong place for a billiard. You don't have a big ball. He's just got to make sure he gets an angle to play it safe. Well, he got where he was looking to get. Does he possibly have the combination? Could he cut the 7 that much to make the 8? Or, again, like you mentioned, the billiard.
He's looking to see if it passes. I mean, he used 3 fingers. You can't bring a ball up on the table.
No, but I had a guy do that once in L.A. He picked the ball up and slid it by the... I said, what are you doing? He said, I'm seeing if the ball passes. You can't do that. It's got to be all total judgment.
Gosh, that doesn't look like it passes, Danny.
No, I'd say it doesn't. I say it doesn't.
Is he going to try and make the 8?
He's going to try to overcut this 7. Well, it almost passed, but almost keeps people sleeping in the street. Uh-oh, he doesn't look perturbed by it, you know.
I think he knows he's in stroke, and I think he believes he's going to get another chance.
Well,
Probably also believes he might not have to wait too long for it.
Well, we can't count Rodney out, as we know, and you know he breaks them pretty well. But I think he should have been studying Hohmann's break because he needs to win a bunch of games.
Well, I think he was paying attention, no doubt about that. The 9 brings it back to 7-4. The missed 7 from Thorsten Hohmann, allowing Rocket out of his chair. Francisco Bustamante looking to try and mount some sort of a fight back. He's got a long ways to go. 9-3, the score in that match against Ronnie Alcano. A little further away, Daryl Peach again, still 3-3 with Johnny Archer. That match kind of just crawling along. But the focus of our attention right here.
Okay, let's see if he learned.
Rack number 12. 7-4, the lead for Hohmann. And that's a much better break for Rodney Morris there.
Yeah, he has all the paths. He can make the 1, shoot the 2, go right to the 3. There's no problem with that. He wanted to get a little closer. I don't blame him. You know, I always tell everybody out there, any chance you get to get closer, do it as long as you're not gambling on missing.
Well, now he's got to play a shot where he doesn't want to hit anything. Can he get around the back of all these colors and get back out for the 3? I don't know why he didn't leave himself distance there, because he would have had a much better angle coming in.
Right. He didn't think about that, but it could have something to do with Hohmann's playing that'll cause you not to think straight. But at any rate, he's got to miss the 7. That's the whole story. And if he misses the 7, he might run into the 4. Well, he didn't miss. He missed the 2 and the 7. But brilliant shot. And it's like you said, he should have taken the long shot on the 2. It was a better angle. He made too extreme an angle where he went. Very good observation, Jim.
Parika and Immonen just taking a break. I think I might have said that was 8-1. It's actually 7-1 to Mika Immonen over Jose. And they're both out of the arena. Oh, he's fluked the 2. Well, is it a fluke? He raised his hand to apologize.
Yeah. Well, once again, I like that word, and it's a Canadian term. A fluke means you got lucky, but it's also a fish. It's like a flounder.
And that's what you feel like when a guy flukes a ball on you.
You floundered. Well, you know, they're in the same species. Now, you wouldn't want to say, oh, he floundered it in. So we got the short word fluke. I like that anyway. You know, I've gone, you know, I lived in Buffalo. I went to Canada a lot, and I have a lot of good Canadian friends, and I like their terminology for certain things.
Oh, good shot. Right into the center of the pocket, and look at that cue ball control.
He couldn't have put it better with his fingers. Well, is he going to play for the combination, or is he going to draw back and shoot the 5 up the other corner? He's going to draw it. Wait a minute here. Oh, he hit the rail, but it went in. Well, I venture to say Rodney Morris is in trouble.
I think the early indications we saw from THORSTEN HOHMANN provided that assessment.
Yeah. Rodney's last 2 innings were pretty feeble.
He's played a couple shots that have really not shown a lot of conviction. At one time when he reached and he fouled on the 6, and
yeah,
certainly the shot that he played there on the 2 to bring HOHMANN out of his chair. HOHMANN fluked it, but shouldn't really been able to even have a good look at a kick. But this 9 is again going to get HOHMANN 4 clear, 8-4. And in control of this match on the main table here at the Chalk-Off Arena. Parika finally snared one back off of Mika Immonen.
that's another guy you can't ever count out of a match because he knows how to play each rack like that's all there is. You don't look at the score when you're behind. Just when you get an inning, play the balls, and you got a chance to get back in it. Hohmann doesn't like this.
Rodney never even waited. He just got the rack and came out. I don't think players like other players touching balls, do they?
No. Well, many years ago, the great Willie Mosconi, you know, the referee for his matches had to have gloves on because he said the grease from your fingers gets on the balls.
Well, the referees in snooker wear white gloves, and they're
They
always cleaning the cue ball every time they pick it up and start out a new frame.
They should.
Rack number 13, a comfortable lead for THORSTEN HOHMANN. 8-4.
Well, I don't think he's going to make one this time. Well, you played a 9 in the side, or you try to run them out. You know, the 1 to the 2 is a little bit tricky. I think you got to play the 9 in the side.
Can you play it with an element of safety in mind?
Well, where will the cue ball go if you cut it in?
But can you try and maybe draw this? Play it because draw it off the side cushion and maybe try and draw in behind that 4?
Well, the thing about this is the 1's liable to go in the corner pocket off the 9. So, you know.
He's playing the 1 into the bottom right.
Yeah. He got position, too.
Leaving a longer 2. That's probably the percentages, I think, favor Rodney going for the 1.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Plus, he's been sitting there, so he needs to get in a little rhythm. Shooting a 1-stroke combination doesn't get you in rhythm. Well, 3 to the 4.
Won the World Cup of Pool recently in the Netherlands with partner Shane Van Boning. Beat the Philippines in the final. And both Van Boning and Morris played very well, very strong. And Van Boning, the defending champion here at the U.S. Open, will not be successfully holding that crown. Nick Varner remains the only player ever to win back-to-back U.S. Opens, 1989, 1990. Van Boning lost his match here on the main table to Jose Perica and then went out to Larry Neville the next match.
You know, with all the great players in the world, that's quite a feat to win a big tournament 2 years in a row. And the reason I'm saying that is because the great Steve Miserak won 4 consecutive straight pool U.S. Opens with the best players in the world. That really is something.
Just a little more angle than he would have liked. And he knows the cue ball is going to be going across the face of the table. And that 9 near the cue ball just kind of hampers him for position to the 6. So
he's going to have to hit 2 rails. Great shot. Great shot. He couldn't just soft kill it.
You know, you see the players play that with the inside side spin on that cue ball, and you know they make it look easy. And you have to learn to allow for the deflection when you leave the center of the cue ball any time. You can't teach that.
No, you can't. It's a feel. It's a feel, and he made it look so easy. Folks, it's not easy. But he's not going to give up, it looks like, and he's not going to be that far out of it. Very capable of stringing racks if he can make a ball on the break.
Yeah, he didn't get the nickname the Rocket because he meanders around the table slowly. He can knock him in with alarming regularity, and that's what he needs to do now. 8-5 the score. Morris has the break in rack 14.
You know, we've been getting pretty good crowds here, and we got a decent crowd for a Friday matinee here. Tonight figures to be mobbed. So, folks, stay by your computers because we're going to have great matches tonight.
9-6, Bustamante starting to mount a comeback against Ronnie Elcano, and that's just what Rodney Morris is trying to do here on the main table. 8-5 the score. Cue ball. Just about
Well,
found that corner pocket, but all he's going to be able to do is push. And where do you push to? Where the ones landed.
Well, you know how I feel about this. You're going to get the worst of it, tie a ball up, but you don't want to leave the guy an easy shot because he can play position for a good save. The reason I'm saying that is the only ball it looks like you could tie up is the 2 and the 4. But if you do that, you're going to give up the 1. So the guy's going to have, well, I don't know. He's going to try to tie it up with the 8 because he wouldn't have sold out the 1. You know, the 1 is sticking out. It can be hit, but it's not going to be made. And see this shot here, Jimmy? Because we had a little discussion. If he tries to cross this and bank the one rail away, he's getting a kiss. He will get a kiss. So he can't do that.
A double kiss.
Yeah. Well, he's going to kiss off the rail. You Canadians like to call it double kiss. But one of these times I'd like to get on the table with you and show you when there's a kiss and when there isn't, and it's indisputable forever. Because you mentioned last night, he almost did 3 inches. That's a yard. See, he knew there was a kiss, so he hit it straight on instead.
But
Yeah,
you can change the angle. That's what side spin's for.
I know, but there's certain shots, I don't care what you do, you're getting a kiss. Unless you hop off the table, but...
Now, does this one go?
Well, he's sure looking at it. It would be a crowd pleaser if he popped this in. It looks like he may have room between the 4 and the 2. Well, he can hit the ball anyway, so he doesn't have to kick at it.
Long distance, though. Hohmann is so fundamentally sound that he doesn't get intimidated by these long shots that are really a test of cueing.
Yeah. It's the only time he'll stall when a little thing like this. What do you do here, Jim, if the 1 doesn't go? You gonna shoot it into the pink ball and try to snooker him on something?
Playing snooker, the objective was always distance.
It's always a good shot when you have nothing. Distance. Well, Rodney, here's a good chance.
A mistake from Hohmann. Not exactly sure what he was trying, but either way, he's left Rodney a chance at the 1. Everything's in the open here. This is just about controlling that cue ball.
Yeah, Rodney has to mount a charge here if he's going to win this match. But in reality, he's only going to be 2 down if he can get through this rack.
The winner here will play the winner of the Bustamante Elcano match, and that looks right now like it's going to be Ronnie Elcano. He has just gone to the hill 10-6 over Bustamante. So that's who either Hohmann or Morris would be opposing in the final 4 on the winner's bracket.
Just want to tell you, my partner here said he went on the hill. There are no hills in here. But it's terminology that means you only need 1 game. And we've been trying to figure that out. But anyway, there are no hills here, so he didn't go on a hill.
Trust me, folks, he's giggling as he says that. Nice angle on the 5. You can just float
Perfect.
this down.
Perfect, perfect.
A lot of control stunning that cue ball like that. I mean, he plays that shot as though it's easy. It's not.
No, you have to hit the cue ball the right height to do that, because if you hit it too high, it's going to fly out of play. So the hit on the cue ball with that kind of speed is very important.
Just allowed him to get closer to the 6, make it easier.
Yeah.
And this 9 for Rodney to pull closer. He gets it, and he's breathing down Thorsten Hohmann's neck now, 8-6.
Hohmann taking a break.
Yes, he is. Thorsten Hohmann has just seen Rocket take 2 in a row, decided that he wants to try and break his rhythm. So we're going to have a look at some of the outside tables here. Let me get these binoculars. I'll update you on the Archer match. 4-4. Back to the Chalk-Off Arena. 8-6 now the score. Rack number 15. The 1996 U.S. Open champion making a strong bid here in Chesapeake this year to become a 2-time winner. Rodney Morris, he trails Thorsten Hohmann 8-6.
Well, he made noise, and he left the 1. That's all he made, and
You see
he has...
the shoulders just shrug, too, when he sees he's left a shot.
Well, it is a fickle, stinking part of the game. You know, you watch your opponent break and run out, break, and then you hit him good. You know, he had action. Nothing came close. Holman's got to go 2 cushions to the 2 ball here. Just make the ball, no English, and let it go 2 cushions. He didn't just make the ball, though, I don't think. Yes, he did. What a genius.
Yeah, it's things going good, Mum. Send more cash.
Oh, boy. Yeah, Rodney, that hurt Rodney because he's only 2 games out of it. And Hohmann not only missed the ball, he missed it badly. And then it brushed in off the 7. Yeah, that's
I like
hard
what
luck.
he's doing, though, here, Danny. I mean, he knows he missed that 1. Yes, he's still at the table, but there were negative seeds there, and he just took a little time, went and wiped his hands, resettles himself, because he's got to get that shot out of his mind, because he did miss it. That's experience. That's preparation.
Yeah. Well, I played in Japan a few times, and whenever a Japanese player lucked in a ball, he turned to me and bowed like apologetically.
Johnny Archer with a crushing break on one of the outside tables. He's 5-4 up on Daryl Peach.
No, this rack is.
This is going to be over soon.
Yeah.
Europe looking strong with Mika Immonen doing a number on Parika, and Hohmann looking good here against Morris.
Well, I expected Hohmann to play well because he is in dead stroke and he's been playing quite a bit.
And still 5 Filipinos left, including Parika, Bustamante, Warren Kiamco, Levan Corteza, and of course Ronnie Elcano. So how strong is the Philippine contingent that came here? I think there's only 2 of them that are out, Rodolfo Luat and Leonardo Andam. Are there any others that you can think of that aren't playing? We didn't see Alex Pagulayan here this year.
No, or Efren, and I guess you mentioned him. But
And the 9 down, Thorsten Hohmann with that fluke brings himself closer to the finish line, slides a beat over, 9-6 over Rodney Morris.
But you know, it's starting to seem that every year that's the same subject matter. We got a bunch of Filipinos still in it in the end, you know. I think they ran 1, 2, 3, 4 one year.
Well, they're always strong, and everybody looks for their names in the draw.
And how about the other little guy? Not Corteza. What's his name? I can't ever pronounce his name. Real skinny little one. Good player.
Oh, Ramil Gallego, he's here
no,
too.
There's another one. What's the
Antonio Gabica, he's here. They're not playing, so there are a few more Filipinos.
Well, he was here, but I don't.
Thorsten Hohmann with a nice lead, 3 racks, 9-6, breaks.
Oh boy, and position.
Yeah, willing that one up.
Yeah.
So you're still with Dennis Orcolo?
No. I can't think of his name. It's a little tricky to pronounce, but he's maybe the littlest of them all. Sambahan. Yeah. He's here.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I saw him.
Okay, I didn't see his name in the draw. No, I'm pretty sure that he didn't play.
Yeah.
But he is, I guess he's been spotted, but
He's
there's more
another
Filipinos in than out. I guess that's the point we're looking at.
Yeah. Sabahong is not on the top elite Filipinos, but he's tough to beat.
Thorsten's got a shot at the one. Looks like a very thin cut. The
I
other
don't
option,
think
obviously,
yeah.
to bank it.
You think so? I think he cut it in and
I
go
think
one rail.
Yeah, I think he's going to cut it. One
Yeah.
rail and play the 2 to the bottom right.
Yeah, soft draw. Oh, he
he's
went
had
2 rails
you know
right
what?
in the drink.
It was
right
too
in the
thin.
Drink.
It was a
It
lot
was.
thinner than it looked.
Yeah.
And that brings Rodney to the table with ball in hand and everything there on a silver platter. This is tailor-made for a guy that needs to win a few racks.
Yeah. Well, he sure needs to win a few racks. Nice to start with this. I'm sure it was a shock that Hohmann scratched, but a good shock for Rodney.
No, you think of the score right now. Morris clears up here. He's 9-7. Wouldn't you feel like Hohmann has really had the bulk of play? If from what we've been watching, you'd think the score would be more like a 10-5 score.
Well, what are the ACCUSTATS figures here? I'd like to see that.
Now he's going to have to get a step ladder to play this. That's a little unlucky. A little careless, too.
I've been notified that it's 909 to 906 favor of Hohmann, but that makes it a close match. We still have a 3-game difference.
I just don't think that Morris has been at the table much.
No, that was pretty bad here.
No,
But
it was
he
a
overcame
good
it.
recovery. He made his work a little harder in this 9 to get to 9-7. It is 9-7. He trails by 2. He's got the break in the next.
I thought you were going to ask me how does Hohmann feel. He can't feel like he's won already, that's for sure. You know, and when I used to play the top players and they needed a few games, I didn't think I'd get to the table again, which can happen here. Morris is kind of mumbling to himself. There he is with his Fu Manchu mustache. Look at that. And he is mumbling, isn't he?
You know what? He's trying to gear himself up a little bit. He's trying to just raise that level of focus and intensity. The break, 9-7 in favor of Thorsten Hohmann.
Where are you, Juan?
But Morris has
There
got a
we
good
are.
break. That's just what he wanted.
This is going to wind up a nail biter for all the eyeballers.
Mika Immonen has seen the last 3 racks go to Parika 7-4. He still leads. 8-9 on the table, but Mika with a very tricky 8-ball.
Well, it's so tricky, I think he's going to try to play safe off of it. That's another guy you could never count out is Jose Parika. He plays hard all the time. This is a little bit tricky. He's got to go one rail, and he did it very nicely, and he put a little reverse on it. He's going to need the bridge maybe here. No, he's left-handed. He might reach it. But he's stretching. One knee on the table. Of course, oh, boy. That's the one poke.
It's the 3rd careless shot I've seen Rodney play.
Well,
I mean, glaringly careless.
Yeah, he had his knee on the table. Of course, you got to have one foot on the floor when you're shooting, or it's a foul. Oh,
now,
this is not
yeah,
good.
no kidding. And bridging over the 7, you can't like him to get this.
No, especially he's a little discouraged about it.
Now, what an effort.
He
What an
trickled it
effort. Yeah, applause warranted there. Boy, that was some kind of shot. I didn't think he'd get that one.
Well, the thing about that is when you're running the rack, once you get control, you shouldn't have a tough shot like that. That'll wear on your nerves. You know, your nerves have to have stamina too.
You know, that's been evident. Hohmann has run out a lot easier than Morris. Morris's run-outs, he's really had to work for. But he is only 1 rack adrift now in this one, 9-8, and with the break in the next.
Well, Morris went there, and to a friend, he shook his head, and he must be talking about that position shot. He one-stroked.
Mika Immonen tried to flick that 8 in, and he's left it right over the pocket. So this is a chance for Parika to get one back, and 7-5 from what was a 7-1 score in Immonen's favor. The tables have turned out there.
Well, he doesn't like where he got. He got on the rail.
Morris breaking.
I'm talking about Parika.
9-8. Got 2 balls down. Wants that one to sit pretty. Yeah, that's not bad.
He's got a shot. He has to fall on the 3-ball now. 3 balls out in the open.
Yeah, Rodney can let the cue go at this.
Yeah,
Just cut this in. You come down the bottom end of the table and back up towards the 3. Should be on the right line here.
Well, I don't know if he has that good a path, but make the 1 at any rate, because the 3 is kind of near the pocket. That's his 1 stroke again. The 1 stroke jump up. Okay. Right? It looks like that's his one flaw. Every now and then he'll just pull the cue back and shoot, and he's not in line yet. You know, you need those 3-4 strokes to get in line. And that's like the only flaw I could ever see with his game. Other than that, his fundamentals are great, but the 1 stroke, folks, don't do that. You're not in line when you first get down on that table. You got to take those 3-4 strokes, and your body is lining up better when you do it. You see, champions have flaws, and that was Morris's. But he got a little lucky, but like I always tell Billy and Cardona, he didn't get lucky yet because the other guy has the dice. Yeah. So far, Rodney's had a little bit of bad rolls, but let's see what happens here. Oh, I'll tell you what happens. He didn't hit the one at all, and his face just turned a little bit red.
It's almost embarrassing,
Yeah,
that miss.
yeah. You got to hit the ball. You can't give a guy like this ball in hand. Well, I'll tell you what here. Do you try to go into the 8 and change its path? Because you're getting position on the 3, and it's possible to make the 8 a little better shot. It's not that important.
Yeah, I don't think I move it, Danny. I think I just leave myself the angle to hit that side cushion between the 3 and the 8. I mean, he's left-handed, so he'll want to stay on the left-hand side of the table as we look.
Yeah. Yeah, and hitting the 8, he would be in an awkward position being left-handed. So I guess he's just supposed to try to fall on the balls and run out and make this race to 2. He's okay. He's going to go 2 rails to the 4. I say 2. He's going to hit the 3rd rail, but it's the first 2 that really matter. Watch out. He's going to hit the 8 and maybe... Oh, he didn't snooker himself. Man.
Yeah, you could see him just flicking that cue, though, willing that white to stop.
Oh, yeah. And it worked. It worked.
Now he's getting himself back into contention here, though. He trailed 8-4 at one stage. 7-3 and 8-4.
Well, this isn't the best position to get to the 8 with. What do you do here, Jim?
Yeah, he's got to try and spin this off 2 cushions. And is he hard enough?
Oh, he did it pretty well. Yeah, it's going to be hard enough, all right.
You think so?
No. He fell a little short. He might have to play safe now. I knew the 8 was going to be a little problem, but, you know, he didn't fall on the 6 too well. Well, what do? You go down swinging here, or do you play safe?
Oh, big moment, too. Had a great chance to get to 9-9. Well, it looks like he's going to try and cut this in. Slice it right down the cushion.
He made it, too.
What a shot. And listen to him.
Wow.
He knew he just got a shot of adrenaline, Rodney Morris.
Great shot. Great shot.
Punctuated with the 9. He's won the last 3 racks, and we are dead even here at the Chalk-Off Arena. 9-9 in the race to 11.
Race to 2.
9-9. Rack number 19 of a possible 21. And another treat in store here.
Where are you, 1? He made a ball, but he doesn't have a shot.
No, does he try and jump here?
Ooh,
I mean, where would you push with the 1 there? Morris just in front now in the pro rating. But the score, the important statistic, 9-9. I think you have to jump this. Where would you push?
You'd have to try to tie up a ball. You know, can you shoot the 7 into the 2 and tie it up? The jump here, man, he's near the rail. And the ball is only about 6 inches away from the cue ball.
Doesn't have any choice, Danny. I mean, if you try and tie the 2 up with the 7, you're leaving a wide open look at the 1. If you don't tie it up, it's curtains.
Oh, yeah, he's
you might as well,
spot.
you know something, I think a lot of players have the same philosophy. If you're going to go down, you might as well go down fighting. At least have the controls in your hand.
That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. At least get over the ball and hit it. Oh, look at that shot.
What a shot from Morris. And listen to the crowd. Even he's impressed with himself.
Yeah, not only impressed, he's surprised a little bit. But look where the 4 is.
That's the danger ball.
Yeah.
The 3 is nicely placed.
Do you play for the 4 up the other corner and try to get straight in it off the 3? That might be the way to go.
And the 6 offers a combination to the 8 up to the
Yeah.
top corner.
Well, he got a little funny here. He might have to go 2 rails now. Try to get straight in.
Geez,
I'll
another
tell you
good shot.
what.
Doesn't
Wait a
want to be
minute.
straight.
You don't want to be froze.
Oh, he is. He's look at this.
Oh,
That
my
cue ball couldn't have finished any worse for Morris.
He made a great shot, but oh man, this is treacherous here because if you brush that rail when you're shooting this ball, you're going to miss the ball. This is tough to shoot with speed.
I don't think he can shoot it with speed.
No,
He
well,
can't believe where he's landed.
That's terrible. Well, I imagine he's going to shoot it. This is a tough shot. Wow, isn't that impossible to do? How would you like to try to do that? Man, what a shot. Okay, how do you get to the 7 now?
I think he's got to leave himself distance. He knows the 7 will go past the 9 into the corner. He's just going to have to try and get that cue ball up around that side pocket on the left-hand side.
Does he have
Leave
enough
himself
angle?
a shot.
Well, he looks like he's going to overcome any adversity. Oh, he
look,
went
said
further
plenty
than
of
the
angle.
center.
Look
Yeah.
at this. What a shot from Rodney Morris. He is weaving a little bit of magic right now. Sigh of relief. What a finish this would be.
Amazing. And Hohmann didn't do much wrong.
Hohmann hasn't been to the table. He's lost 5 of the last 6 racks.
Oh, never a doubt. Never a doubt. Trickled in. Got perfect position to go 1 rail.
Needs this to stop.
The cue ball is going to try to make it as tough as possible for Rodney. Character testing.
Gets the 9. And not since the early going of this match has Morris been in front. But he is now 10-9 and breaking for the match.
Amazing. He really got himself together. He had all kinds of problems, and he's shooting right through it all. Poor Hohmann hasn't done anything wrong. Like you say, he's lost 5 out of the last 6, sitting there.
Morris starting to move up in the pro rating, too. 931, pretty strong showing.
Both players. You shoot 900 at any time, it's a good match.
Rack number 20. 10-9, Rodney Morris in front. Cue ball straight into the corner pocket, and you heard him scream. He knew it was tracking to
Oh,
that right
boy.
center.
It has all the earmarks of hill to hill.
Well, Thorsten's been in his chair for 4 racks. And finally he comes out. Now, what's that back arm feel like? But Morris has played himself right back into this one.
Well, this is where experience comes in, where you've been under the pressure playing top players in tournaments around the world. I imagine he'll hold up all right. Well, does the 3 go past the 5 ball? Because if it does, he could stop right there.
That's what he's checking, Danny. He's just checking to see the pockets that are on offer for that 3, because he's dead in on the 2.
I think it passes. If it does, just stop. Go 1 rail off the 4 to the 5. Looks sort of like a road map if the 3 passes. It goes in the side
He
for
just
sure.
about missed the 2. That 2 wiped its feet before entering the pocket.
Yeah, he cut it a little bit. Well, he's got the ball on the side. I don't really see any problems.
We have seen so many Hill 11-10 matches already on this main table, and Morris has been involved in one of them. Bustamante and Majid. Bustamante scraping home. Parika and Van Boning. Parika just scraping home. And we've had a few 11-9s too. Gallego over Gabe Owen in the early going. And most recently, Elcano over Levan Corteza. 11-9. Well, this one certainly looking like we're going to be treated to one rack to decide who stays on the A side, the winner's bracket. And how big is the break going to be for Hohmann in the next?
He's had no trouble with the break. He's broken better than Morris, actually.
8-6, Mika Immonen leading Jose Parika. Parika with the break and rack 15 out there as Hohmann eyes up the 9. And it is Hill. 10-10. Why would we want it any different? Rodney Morris and THORSTEN HOHMANN.
Yep. Very, very exciting match.
And a quick rack from Rodney Morris, and you know, the handshake, the customary handshake from the men in black. The respect given both players. In the last break in this one.
Well, it's all down to one break.
10-10. Hohmann with the controls in his hand. He's got a ball.
Oh, he didn't get real good on this. He's got a bank. Oh, he's not from Kentucky, but he's got a bank and tricky position. It isn't like you're going to get to the 2 automatically if you bank the 1 in. 2 has a few obstructions. I think it came this far. I don't think I'd bank this because I can't see you getting position for sure. Of course, you can get position, but it's not obvious to me. I think you got to play it safe here.
Well, he's looking at the path the cue ball can take, but he certainly wants to duck.
Yeah, I like this with the cue ball and the 1 going maybe over there. That's what he has. He has a wall of balls down here.
You know he's thinking about the bank, though, Danny.
Oh, he wants to shoot. You don't want to lose this match now when you had a chance to win first.
And you know something? If he plays the bank, the angle that he's looking at, the cue ball, if he does elect to bank this, that cue ball, what he's looking at, is going to come off this cushion, back over, and out into this area. And that would be perfect on the 2.
It would. Well, he really wants to shoot. I don't blame him because you want to say I had a chance.
Well, now he's looking at the safety path the cue ball is going to take. And that would be the first option that we showed you.
My path, he's got to miss the 8, and he's all right. See, that's where he wants the cue ball to hit, and then go over where I pointed. Let's see what he's going to do.
I know one thing. THORSTEN is usually pretty aggressive by nature. And when he won the World Championship back in Wales, he put his shoulder to the door.
He put his shoulder to, that's another one. What does that mean?
That means you're forcing your way in.
Okay.
You don't back into championships. He's opting for discretion here.
Yeah, he's playing my safe. He went my path, and he got him. No,
he got lucky. He got lucky.
He did.
And look at Rodney Morris. He saw that roll. That cue ball hit the 6. It could easily have stayed out in the open. It just feathered in behind the 9.
Well, you better hit this one. You better hit this one, Rodney. If you don't hit this, it's over. Well, he hit it. Did he bank it? Did he play safe? Did anything happen? Nope.
He's left a jump. He's left a jump shot for Thorsten, though. That's all he could do.
Yeah.
Last time Thorsten tried to jump, though, remember, he miscued.
Yeah, and he never got over the top.
But you know he's jumping here, and this one might be for the match.
Well, he's going to jump. And if he jumps accurately, the cue ball is going to go one rail to the 2, so he's going to get position if he makes this. You're going to hear some howling if he jumps and makes it. Very animated crowd, but they've been seeing such great matches. Well, he's got to be remembering he miscued last time. Well,
He's
he
missed
didn't
it
make
now.
it.
What
Where
kind
are
of
we
a roll
going?
has he got?
This might be position while you wait. Nope, not quite.
Well, much easier hit, though, for Rodney Morris. But
Yeah.
again, I think Thorsten will breathe a sigh of relief as he goes back to his chair.
This is a one pocket shot here. You got to kick bank at the 1. Well, uh-oh. Hohmann got the worst of the kicks.
I think
yeah,
he might just be able to see this.
Yeah, he's got an edge. Yeah, he's got an edge.
The crowd applauding on every shot, Danny. They're really into this one.
Very exciting. I mean, hill, and they're taking turns kicking safe. Now, he does have a hit on the 1, but it's not a shot you can bet the game on to make. What do you do here, Jim? He can hit
Punt
the 1.
for better field position.
Yeah, punt. He would love to punt.
Taking a lot of time. I can tell you it's 8-7 on the outside table. Parika has played himself right back into contention with Mika Immonen. 8-7 to Mika Immonen. Johnny Archer and Daryl Peach. Archer has just gone 6-5 in front. All these races to 11 winners side matchups.
I'll tell you what, he doesn't have a great safe here either. Yeah, if he fans this and runs into that 3 ball, he's not going to like it. But he does have a hit on the ball. It would have been a little bit worse if he were totally snookered.
Well, understandably taking a lot of time here. You see Corey Duell down there hitting balls. He will oppose Francisco Bustamante in the losers bracket. There'll be 4 players alive in the winner's side and 8 battling it out on the loser's side. Following the conclusion of these last 3 we're watching.
He's not going to like this. He's not going to like this. Okay, could he roll this in and hit the 8? Oh, this is really shaky.
Yeah, I think he's got to try and raise the back end of his cue and try and stun this in and draw over to the right-hand cushion and back out for the 2.
Well, you don't have to because the 2 goes in the other pocket. You
Yeah,
see
but you
it?
don't want to be rolling anything. Not when your nerves are a little frayed.
Well,
that was perfect.
His nerves didn't look very frayed.
Not at all.
3 to the 4 is the match.
Just anywhere in the middle of the table, just where he's showing you, that'll do.
Yeah.
The comeback king looking to complete another one here.
Oh, he's going to get good on this. Oh, he's going to get perfect on
Right
this.
where he held his cue.
This is history, I believe.
Can they be easy enough at this stage, though?
Oh, never on the hill, but he does have an easy shot. He does have an easy shot. Oh, Thorsten Hohmann, you played real good, but I think you're going to run second this time.
Rodney Morris. He just keeps providing us with drama non-stop.
He's got ice blood.
No,
Wait a
needs this
minute
cue
here.
ball to run up.
Okay.
I think it's going to be good.
It's going to be real good. What a match he played.
For
here.
the match, Rodney Morris comes from an 8-4 deficit and knocks Thorsten Hohmann to the loser's bracket. 11-10 again. The Rocket survives another scare.
He's never out of it. You know, this is the second big match. He won 11-10 on this table. But he played really solid. He had some real tough ways to go, and he handled it all. That last rack was not easy. Where Hohmann, like all the rest of the players, he's going to think about he should have banked it. Look at that. That's it, he said, and he would have fell on the 2. Yeah, every player that goofs always shoots it after the match. Doesn't count after the match, but, you know, look at that. 927 Morris, 909 Hohmann. That's good playing. People loved it. That was really exciting match.
Well, Rodney Morris provides us with a little more drama again, courtesy of an 11-10 win here in Rocket. You're the comeback king.
The way it's working out, yeah, I guess so. You know, I just got to stick with it. You know, he got some rows, I got some rows, but, you know, whoever wins is the guy that gets the last row. I want the last row every match.
Yeah, all about winning that last rack. I mean, you were 10-4 down to Danny Harriman. You came back, won that 11-10. 8-4 down at one stage here to Thorsten. And just listening to some of the people in the crowd here, they said that's been the best one yet.
Wow, I just let everybody get a big lead so they take it easy on me and think that they got the match in hand, and then I just sneak up on them. Just the ball's got to roll your way. That's the bottom line. I got lucky, and I made some good shots, you know, when it counted, and that was it. You know, just don't dog it. Whoever dogs it loses. That's the bottom line.
Now it's Ronnie Elcano in your path. Only 4 remain in the winner's bracket. You fancy your chances?
He beats me every time, so I'm due, I think.
Well, Rocket, through to the last 4 in the winner's bracket. 12 remain here in Chesapeake. Still lots more action. Stay with us.